It's funny, we sit here as YouTubers expected to kind of like know all sorts of things. In fact, there's a whole bunch of stuff we have no idea about. I'm going to touch on 3 of those today and frankly ask for your help in understanding some of this stuff. Hi, welcome back to Not So Obvious Watches. I'm Pete McConville. And like I said, this is a kind of flip on the normal me asking you for questions. I've got some questions. I'm going to ask you for some answers. So leave them in the comments below if you've got something to add. So my first question is, what is it about Hamilton? Why are they so special in this morass of many entry-level Swiss watches, even within the Swatch brand? Why is Hamilton so special? If you go on YouTube, if you go onto any blog, answer that's a classic opening question. What should be my first field watch? What should be my first Swiss watch? What should be my go everywhere, do anything watch? The answers, Hamilton and Field Mechanic, etc., are the ones that just consistently come back. And why is that? And to put some, why this kind of confuses me so much, I'll put this in perspective. I've never seen a Hamilton watch in the flesh. I've seen more de Bethunes. I've seen far more. I've seen 100. I've probably seen 500 Rolexes. I have not yet seen a single Hamilton of any sort in the metal. God, I've seen more solid gold Doxers than I have Hamilton field watches. So why is it that Hamilton watches are such a big deal? I don't, and look, to put this in perspective, you can't even buy one in Australia. If you go look for the authorised dealers, maybe I screwed this up, but when I went looking for the authorised dealers for Hamilton watches in Australia, all I get are Swatch headquarters. No one's even trying to buy these watches, no one's trying to distribute them. So what is the big deal with Hamilton watches? Am I just missing something? Am I either in the incredibly right or incredibly wrong circles? Or is there actually really a massive disparity between the visibility and the way we discuss Hamilton and its actual impact in the real world community? Is there really this big a difference? And if so, why? What's going on there? I don't even have the beginnings of theories there, so I'm really curious if you guys have got any. Okay, question number 2. What the hell is popular in China? Any kind of look at Swiss watch sales figures shows that the Chinese market is by far the single largest market for Swiss watches in the world, probably all watches in the world. If I do any kind of look at like FH export figures or anything, it just confirms this, the Chinese market. And remember, that's just exports to China. If you consider the fact that most people, that most distributors in other countries also sell to a lot of traveling Chinese citizens, if you think about the number of watches bought by the Chinese market, either within China or outside China, it's massive, and I have no idea what they buy. I've got some clues. About a year or so ago, in fact, one of the first videos that got me involved in this was this whole hobby of YouTubing. Had me looking at trying to solve this exact same question. And what I got was bits and pieces that indicated that the Chinese buy very different watches to us. I got some indications that, for example, Longines, which in the West is a well-respected brand, and we kind of like their heritage lines, in China are massive And one of their biggest single sellers are things like the couples watches from all their modern collections that we find just a little bit embarrassing over here. I found that Piaget, at best marginal brand in the West, is huge over in China. And that led me to think, what else do we think of? Oh yeah, and I'd throw into that, for example, we in the West were saying that we really didn't like the Panerai Duet series. It was a sign that Richemont had lost touch. It was a sign that Panerai was going nowhere. And then out of the blue, and we have people making articles about how Panerai is going out backwards and is going to go bankrupt, and yet they're actually the most successful performer within Richemont. And that Duet that we all hate, that was a sign of their failure, is selling like hotcakes. So there's so much indication that what is going on in Asia, what is popular, and what we think is popular and what we think is successful are in no way connected. But I have no idea what's actually happening in China. If any of you do, if any of you can read Chinese and have access to Chinese trade literature or even just Chinese magazines that talk about this sort of stuff, I'd love some feedback, because all I know is that we have no idea. And that whenever we in the West, as a result, whenever we in the West say this brand is going nowhere or this brand is collapsing or this brand's going great guns, I'm increasingly of the view that we're talking crap and that we have no idea, because we're looking at tiny slivers of the market when 65% of it is a mystery to us. So yeah, that bugs me. The next thing I'll ask about is Lumen Bracelets. Now I get that you all love Lumen Bracelets. It's really common. You look at anyone's reviews, you'll get lots of comments about, I love this watch, but the lume's not very good, or I love this watch, but I don't like the bracelet, so I'm not going to proceed with it. Really, I'm not sure. I know that it's real. You're clearly saying it. You clearly mean it. And that's fine. I don't mind. I just don't get it. What's the big deal about Lumen Bracelets? What do you like about it? I'm not going to change. I'm not asking you to convince me that these are big, important things that I should pay attention to. I'm not trying to convince you that you shouldn't. I just want to know why. I know that you do, but what I want to know is, why is Lumen a big deal for you, and why is a bracelet important? Like I said, no judgment. I just want to know. Anyway, that's it. I've been Pete McConville. This has been Not So Obvious Watches. I would love your answers in the comments below, and I'll see you later. Bye.